Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Haunted Gaming. And today for you I have 7 mini stories today, since I couldn't decide on what I was going to do today. Now our first one starts off as the Fallout legend of where it first popped up a few years back. It revolves around the in-game radio in Fallout 3, which apparently predicts the future. If you kill the host of Galaxy News Radio and then destroy Raven Rock, GNR begins to transmit heavily coded transmissions. Apparently these transmissions feature the Three Dogs sadly reading off numbers before tapping off some Morse code. First, it predicts the time and date of Gary Coleman's death. Then it rattles off to the following gems. The Queen has died today, the world mourns, as on days like these, we are all Brits. 4:02 a.m. or p.m., it doesn't say. March 19th, 2014. I can't believe Britney's actually won an Oscar. I guess it's 4:02 a.m. because it's in 24-hour volt, so 21:33, February 27th, 2023. I can't believe they've actually done it. No longer left, they were warned. No, not long left. Oh, not long left, they were warned. But they just had to keep pushing the boundaries of science. The noise. I can't take the noise anymore. And the light. Dear God, the universe is slowly unraveling around us. I'm not going to wait for death. I have a pistol in the attic. Now Bethesda denied it, but still. Pretty creepy. Don't know if you could hear that. Better not. Next one's about Killswitch. I'm sure some people have heard about Killswitch. It's an experimental game that was released at some point, I don't know, a while back, 1989 actually. Now, the story goes that the adventure game had a fairly limited run in the late 80s, releasing between 5,000 to 10,000 copies, and had players choosing between 2 different characters, a wounded shape-changing woman or a powerful invisible demon. The story followed an uprising of miners, weird ancient evils, and other super strange stuff. Oh, and the game had a tendency to erase itself completely. Details are scattered over what triggers this, completion or death. But either way, there are no playable copies left, and no one ever beat it as the demon. That alone is fairly creepy, but it's the recent developments surrounding Killswitch that propels it from mildly strange story to a weird Russian game, to rocking back and forth crying, actually. Apparently one sealed copy of the game was found in 2005 and sold for $7,300 grand. Damn. To a Japanese man named every time, Japanese people. Japanese, Chinese, North Korean, South Korean. Asia. All of Asia, you have weird names. Yamamoto Ryuichi, I think, I don't know. He intended to post gameplay footage of the game in order to finally bring it to the world, but only one clip has reportedly surfaced, a video of a raging-looking Ryuichi sitting in front of his computer and crying. His footage, too, has since vanished, or never really existed at all. The arcade cabinet Polybius. The year was supposedly 1981, when Polybius appeared in a few arcades around Portland, Oregon. You know, that's state, I think, I don't know. The Tempest-like game was said to be extremely entertaining and highly addictive, causing lines of people to waiting to play, and occasional fights over who got to play next. Since it was a rural area, and arcade games were kind of a new thing, this wouldn't seem very crazy or unbelievable, but the Polybius legend doesn't stop there. That's just where it begins. Men in black suits were seen hanging around the area with Polybius machines, and they'd occasionally collect some sort of data from them. Even weirder is that players were said to suffer from some suite of medical problems after playing the game. This ranged from amnesia to insomnia, even to suicide. Some reported the game featured subliminal messages, alluding to the idea that it was some sort of government test. Since then, there hasn't been a single cabinet of Polybius found, and while some have said they worked on the game and others have attempted to recreate it, no one has been able to produce definitive proof that it ever existed. Earthbound's final mission has you perform an alien abortion. That's great. Earthbound is an incredibly good game, but it's also an incredibly strange one. I already knew about this one. Really crazy. There's a puzzle that requires you to stand still for 3 minutes, a race of sediment noises, and a monkey that travels around by blowing bubbles. But for as silly as it can be, no one is consistently serious. Kingus, I think that's how you say it, the evil alien entity, is hell-bent on destroying the world, and the game's heroes are sent in a time machine to defeat him. When he is at its weakness, this is never explained fully, but a lot of people really think you're sent back in time to perform an alien abortion. Back in time, the team is now represented by robots who fight their way through a weird pink level that looks eerily organic. Gingus is represented by a miasmic blur that looks like a flashing red ultrasound, and its babies incoherently as you damage it. And Earthbound's creator can't name that damn name. Name that name. Shingasato Itoi, I think, has confirmed that the battle was inspired by a traumatic childhood experience when he walked into the wrong movie theater and witnessed an on-scene murder. That's Lavender Town, already did that. Don't know why that's in that script. Squall dies midway through Final Fantasy VII. I had to count. V3, so yeah. Of all the games in the series, Final Fantasy VII carries with its most absurd, disturbing urban legend. This one revolves around an event that takes place at the end of Disc 1, where Squall's team fights Edna, parade for Edina. It might be Edina, I'm not sure. After the battle, Edina, or Edna, however you want to say it, fires an ice shard through Squall's chest, causing this emotional hero to tremble off the platform. Many believe that it's here Squall dies. There's even an entire website devoted to the theory. And that the rest of the game is his near-death dream as he plummets to the ground. After being impaled, he wakes up in a prison, shocked by his lack of womb, but it's never again addressed for the rest of the game. Things go from mildly realistic to silly and nonsensical. Squall is thrown into a world-saving mission full of moon creatures and power fantasies. Even weirder is that the final boss battle, which sure looks like someone slowly dying. We see flashes of scene from earlier in the game, blurred images of his love interest, and eventually a random shot of Squall with a giant hole where his face should be. Followed by Ben's creepypasta, which you can see on another video. And here's another really short one, with Luigi is dead in Luigis Mansion 2. There's plenty of other spooky, horrifying gaming urban legends, but hey, this one's just a joke, so whatever. Like, what's on that island in GoldenEye? Is Luigi dead in Luigi's Mansion? If you don't know what that is, basically you're up in the attic, and yeah, you see a shadow where Luigi's like hung himself, and guess people go off of that. Well, that's it for today for Haunted Gaming. Please check back for more. I think maybe every week. I'll be doing this every week, I guess. At the beginning of every week. Check every week. Yeah. That's it. See you next week. Comment and like to show that you like this, and comment for what you want me to do next. Really would help, guys. Really would help. And of course, subscribe for more.